What's up, everyone? I'm Tamara, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe because when you lose my channel, you may never find it again, and my channel can be difficult to find. Please make sure that you like the video so that the algorithms work and I can help as many people as possible. So please share my videos. I would sincerely appreciate that. So today we're going to talk about that we are helpless to borderlines and narcissists, and we have to bow down to them. Now, you might say that my videos are contradictory, that one thing opposes the other. When you get your handwriting analyzed, which I've studied handwriting analysis as well, there are contradictions in your handwriting as well. So I'm not cut and dry. I'm not black and white. I'm not splitting. I'm not saying it's one thing or the other. Sometimes it is a bowl of contradictions. So on today's video, I am focusing on something that people may not want to hear, and that is bow down to them. Bow down to the narcissist, bow down to the borderline, to the CPTSD, even to dependent personality, bow down to them. That is one approach that you can take for surviving being around them, and just understanding that we are helpless to the bad behaving personality disorder. They can be verbally abusive. They do not see themselves. And by self, I mean, most of us can say, you know what? I got a hot temper. I need to work on that. Or I know I'm always late. Or I'm cheating on my spouse. And I know that's wrong. It's taking ownership of your own behavior and what you're doing in life, or things in your character that you can make better. Like I should be more flexible. I could work on that a little bit, or I'm not good when it comes to social interactions and I need to, that's something I can work on. But when you're dealing with the personality disorders, they have difficulty with the self. They have difficulty understanding emotions like embarrassment, sadness, anger, frustration. They have a difficult time defining those as it relates to themselves. So if you don't have an understanding of emotions, how can you understand the self? So these people are entrenched and ingrained in their disorders. So they're bad behaving. They can be verbally abusive. They can put you down. They can, because they have difficulty with emotionally regulating, they may yell a lot. They may cuss a lot. They may scream a lot. They may attack you verbally. And then you ask them and they're saying, oh, well, it's because the TV is loud. That's why I talk louder. I'm not kidding. Like, they may say things like that because they don't see the yelling. I'm talking to you crazy. They don't always see themselves as talking to you crazy. But that is what we're receiving is, okay, you're talking at me, you're screaming at me, you have a hot temper with me. There's a lot of bad behavior. And what do we want to do, especially when it's somebody that we really love, that we care about, or that we're going to have to interact with all the time? We are going to want to, we're going to go into denial to a certain degree, or it's just difficult. It's so difficult. It's so painful. It's so hurtful to have to keep dealing with bad behavior all the time. It's excruciating at times. So what we have to do is go into radical acceptance. What is that? It is defined as practicing a conscious effort to acknowledge and honor difficult situations and emotions, fully accepting things as they are instead of ignoring, avoiding, or wishing the situation were different. And that can be a critical step in moving through a difficult experience or experiencing more meaning. And that is by Tara Brock. That is her definition. So it's accepting what we don't want to accept. Because once you do that, now you can move to the next phase. Radical acceptance is painful, it's difficult, it's heartbreaking, it's not something that we want to do. It isn't easy to do. And once you do it, there is a sense of loss because you have to say, gosh, I won't ever have the type of relationship with my parent or my sibling that I always wanted, I have to shift how I look at them. We used to have a relationship that even though they were toxic, that's still my mom. So there's a trust, there's a, hey, you're the parent here. And once you accept their personality disorder, it kind of changes everything. You lose that relationship that you once knew because you know that you need to function differently in that relationship. So one strategy is to bow down, to give into it, to say, you know what? I wish I could change this person, but I can't. And yes, they are acting horribly right now and they're being mean, but what can you do? You know, we all want to change that person. We all want to convince them, wake up. Do you see how mean you're being? But we almost have to step back and give up to a certain extent. Like, this person may never change. If I try to point the behavior out to the person, they're going to slam me. They're not going to speak to me for months. They're going to cut me off. Those are things that you have to accept as reality. So now what are you going to do about it? You know, sometimes we have to succumb to it. We have to give into it and say, wow, like I'm standing back watching this person, listening to their bad behavior, and you're kind of helpless to it. That disorder has a very powerful way of navigating life. It is a survival skill that they needed as a child. So yeah, it's really, really tough. But let me know what you guys think about that. Should you bow down to a borderline, CPTSD, narcissist? Should you be willing to do that? Take it into consideration. And if you're struggling to understand narcissists, check out my book, The Workplace NaRCISSiST. That's a great place to start, by Tamara Zyon. I'll put the link in the description box. If your relationships or your confidence has been wrecked because you've had romantic relationships with borderlines, or if you have one of these disorders and you want to work on your love life, my book may help you also. So check out my book, Flip the Script on Love, by Tamara Zyon. And I think both of these books, which I wrote to help people, I think they could be of use to you. So I'll put the link in the description box, and I'll see you amazing people who are learning right along with me in the next video. And I appreciate you hanging with me today. Bye.